Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Tell me, what do you think hurts more, words or silence? Because when someone expects you to fight, cry, beg or chase, and you give them nothing, that's when their confidence shatters. That's when the power flips. They thought they had control. They thought they owned your reactions. But your silence? Your silence is the proof they lost. They can pretend they don't care. They can act like your absence means nothing, but deep down, silence eats at them. Because silence is not empty, it is heavy. It is a wall. It is a punishment. It forces them to sit with their own actions, their own mistakes, their own regret. And while they're drowning in the noise of their own thoughts, you rise in calmness, in control, in power. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. That's the heart of it. You can't control what they think, what they feel, or how they react, but you can control you. And silence is the ultimate control. No begging, no explaining, no proving, just power. This video is your reminder that you don't win by answering. You don't win by reacting. You win by standing tall in silence, because the moment you stopped giving them access, the battle was already over. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments right now. My silence is victory. They already lost. Now let's get into 8 brutal but liberating truths about why silence always wins. Number 1. Silence is dominion, not defeat. They will tell themselves silence means you're weak, that you had nothing to say, that you backed down, but deep inside they know the truth. Silence is the loudest response you can give, because silence means they no longer control you. Silence means you refuse to play their game. Silence means you've taken back the one thing they were feeding on, your reaction. Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." And bravery doesn't always look like shouting in someone's face. Sometimes bravery is closing your mouth, holding your head high, and walking away without a word. Because silence takes courage. It takes discipline. It takes strength. And that strength terrifies them. Every word you don't say becomes a weapon. Every reply you don't send is a reminder that they don't have you. Every second of silence is proof that you've outgrown the need for their approval. They can't twist silence. They can't argue with silence. They can't win against silence. The next time their text lights up your phone, stop, don't react, don't rush. Instead, remind yourself, I am not here to give them comfort. I am not here to lower myself. I'm here to protect my peace. Hold the silence and let it work for you. Now, I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. My silence is strength. My silence is victory. Number 2. Silence exposes their weakness. When you stop answering, you do more than hold back words. You expose what they truly are without your presence. They wore confidence like armor when you were always available. They acted strong because they knew they had your attention, your reactions, your energy feeding their ego. But the second you go silent, that armor cracks and their weakness spills out. They expected you to fight for them. They expected you to chase, to argue, to explain yourself, to prove your worth. But you didn't. And that silence becomes the loudest proof that you are stronger than them. Because real strength doesn't beg. Real strength doesn't chase. Real strength doesn't explain. It simply walks away. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. And your silence proves you have mastered that power. You're no longer controlled by their games, their words, or their approval. They can't stand it, because suddenly the control they thought they had is gone. They're left staring at their own insecurity, and it terrifies them. Every time you want to break your silence, remind yourself, if I speak, I give them power. If I stay silent, I keep mine. Train yourself to enjoy the discomfort your silence brings them, because that discomfort is the sound of your power rising. Number 3, silence makes them obsessed. When you don't answer, you don't just leave them hanging, you invade their mind. Your silence plants a seed of doubt they can't kill. Every minute you don't reply, that seed grows into questions they can't silence. Did I lose them? Do they not care? Have they moved on? What they thought was control is replaced by obsession. They start checking their phone, rereading their own messages, replaying memories, trying to figure out why you're not giving them what they expected. Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." And that's exactly what your silence does. It forces them to suffer in their imagination. They picture you laughing with someone else. They imagine you happier without them. They create stories in their own head, and every story makes them more desperate, more restless, more powerless. And here's the truth: obsession is the opposite of control. They wanted to be in charge, but now it's you they can't stop thinking about. That is the power of silence. It shifts their focus from their pride to their fear. And the more you hold the line, the deeper that fear takes root. Whenever you're tempted to break silence, flip the thought. Instead of asking, "What if they stop caring?" remind yourself, "Every second I'm silent, I live rent-free in their head." Don't give them the relief of an answer. Let them drown in their own obsession. Now, I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. My silence makes me unforgettable. Number 4, silence builds respect. Respect is never earned by begging. Respect is not built when you chase, explain, or justify. Respect is forged when you stand tall, unshaken, and silent. The moment you refuse to play their game, you teach them the hardest lesson. You are not desperate, and you're not available to be treated like an option. Epictetus once said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." What does that mean here? It means you don't need to defend yourself. You don't need to rush in with words to prove your value. Your silence is your defense. It communicates more than 1,000 speeches ever could. It shows that you are above the noise, above the drama, above the games. When you go silent, you strip them of power. You show that your energy cannot be bought with attention crumbs. And here's the thing, they may not admit it, but they will start to respect you more. Why? Because respect always follows strength, and silence is strength. Silence is control. Silence is proof that you know your worth and refuse to lower it. The next time you feel the urge to explain yourself, stop, breathe. Ask yourself, will these words raise my value or lower it? If the answer is lower, don't speak. Let your silence raise you higher than any explanation ever could. Number 5, silence turns the power dynamic. Power always belongs to the one who needs less. Read that again. When you stop giving attention, when you stop replying, when you stop chasing, you flip the script. The one who once thought they had control suddenly feels powerless. They expected you to react, to explain, to run after them. Instead, they're left with nothing but silence. And that silence eats at them more than any angry words ever could. Seneca once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Your silence is proof that you are the master of yourself. You don't let your emotions control you. You don't let their actions dictate your behavior. You own your reactions. And by owning them, you take back the power they thought they had over you. Think about it. Every unanswered text makes them wonder. Every ignored call makes them doubt themselves. Every day of silence shifts the weight of power back onto your side. Suddenly, they are the ones waiting. They are the ones questioning. They are the ones restless. You? You're calm, focused, and in control. That is real power. Stop reacting. Control your emotions before they control you. The next time you feel that burning urge to answer, remind yourself, every second I stay silent, my power grows. Let your control speak for you. Now, I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I hold the power because I hold my silence. Number 6. Silence is your shield and your healing. Silence isn't just a weapon, it's also your shield. It protects your peace, your dignity, and your energy. When you step back and refuse to answer, you create space between yourself and the chaos they bring. That space is where healing begins. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Your silence is that realization in action. You can't control what they say, what they do, or what they want, but you can control yourself. And in that control, you find strength that no one can take away. While they spiral in confusion, you're rebuilding. While they're replaying the silence in their head, you're finding clarity. While they're stuck in doubt, you're rising in strength. Your silence is not about punishing them, it's about protecting and empowering you. It's about creating the stillness you need to see yourself clearly again. Use the silence to pour back into yourself. Journal your thoughts, train your body, read something that sharpens your mind, sit in meditation. Let the quiet moments become the soil where your new strength grows. Remember, every second of silence is not wasted time, it's invested power. Now, I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. My silence protects my peace and heals my soul. Number 7. Silence makes them reflect, even if they pretend it doesn't. Epictetus once said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them." Your silence forces them to look inward, and that's the last place they want to go. They may act strong on the outside, posting, laughing, pretending they've moved on, but inside, your silence echoes. It unsettles them because it leaves no closure, no explanation, no control. They can't twist your words. They can't argue with your response. They can't feed their ego with your attention. All they have left is their own mind, and that's where the suffering begins. Every unanswered text becomes a question they can't escape. Every day without your voice becomes a mirror they don't want to face. They start replaying what they said, what they did, and how they treated you. They wonder if they went too far, if they pushed you away for good, if you've already found someone or something better. The longer you stay silent, the deeper their reflection cuts. And here's the power. You don't even have to lift a finger. Silence does the work for you. What words could never achieve, absence delivers effortlessly. The moment you stopped feeding their pride with your presence, you planted doubt in their mind. And that doubt is now eating away at them. Don't break the silence just because you want to check if they noticed. Trust me, they noticed. They feel it. Let their reflection do the work. Stay still. Stay strong. Stay silent. Number 8. Silence proves you chose yourself over them. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Your silence is not just about them, it's about you. It's about choosing dignity over drama, peace over chaos, and self-respect over begging for crumbs." Every second you remain silent, you declare to the world and to yourself, "I will never again betray myself just to keep someone else comfortable." They wanted you under their control. They wanted you to chase, to beg, to break. But when you went silent, you sent the strongest message you could ever send. You chose yourself, and that choice burns them more than any insult, more than any revenge, more than any words you could have said. Because once you choose yourself, they know they can never manipulate you again. Silence is the ultimate line in the sand. It says, "I will not return to disrespect. I will not entertain half-love. I will not lower my worth to make you feel higher." Your silence is your crown, your shield, and your weapon. It transforms you from someone they thought they had power over into someone untouchable. Write down your new standards. Create a code you'll live by. Promise yourself, out loud, that you will never again allow someone to treat you as less than you deserve. That promise, backed by your silence, becomes the foundation of your power. Now, I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. My silence proves I choose myself first, always. Listen closely. Your silence is not emptiness. It is your armor. It is the echo of your self-respect. Every unanswered text, every call you didn't return, every moment you refused to lower your worth, they all speak louder than anything you could have said. Silence is not weakness. Silence is victory. Silence is the unmistakable proof that you control your mind, your emotions, and your life. They thought they could bend you, break you, or pull you back into their world. They thought they had your loyalty, your attention, your heart on their terms. But you stood unshaken. You stayed silent. You chose yourself. That choice changes everything. You are no longer anyone's shadow. You are your own light. You are untouchable, unbreakable, unstoppable. Now take action. Protect your energy. Set boundaries that no one dares to cross. Speak less, live more, and let your life itself become a statement. Remember the words of Epictetus, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Your freedom is your silence. Your power is your absence. Your worth is undeniable. Drop this affirmation in the comments right now. I am untouchable. I am unstoppable. I choose myself. Let the world see it. Let yourself feel it. Let it guide every decision, every boundary, every moment of quiet strength. This is your call to rise. Silence has won. They have already lost. You are in command, and nothing, not manipulation, not regret, not their confusion, can shake you. If this message empowered you, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never forget your worth. Step into your silence, claim your power, and live life on your terms. Your victory is already here, and it starts with you.